1051.
Power 1051, good morning. It's the Breakfast Club, and we got a special guest in the building.
Finally.
Can you smell it?
Absolutely. Wake and bake all day.
Absolutely. Rick Ross.
The biggest boss. I'm here, baby.
What's up, brother?
You already know we hustling. It's that time again.
I know you party hard, so I didn't know if you were going to get up.
Yeah, we balled last night. I can't lie. The Ciroc boys was in the building and we went hard, but I'm here. You know, I had to come rep with the fam.
I went and checked on him. I went to the club to make sure he was good. He wasn't too drunk.
Believe that.
He was all right, so I said, all right, we good money.
They let you smoke in the club? You get the boss VIP treatment?
You know, I got my cigars in the air. You know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
And
No
plus,
doubt.
you could always have, like, weed candies. You ever do that?
Nah.
The hell is he gonna smoke weed?
Not smoke it, but
weed
you
candy
eat
for?
it.
Nah. Not what he's used to smoking. Weed candy ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Yeah.
It
Well,
does
Ross,
it to me.
Ross recently released 2 new records.
2 new joints. 2
one
big joints.
featuring Nicki Minaj, one produced by Just Blaze.
Right, you know, I did one just for all the ladies out there, all the sexy ladies. You the boss, you know, I did that just for y'all, and you know that. Love my missus. That's for the streets. You know how we get down.
And he,
I didn't know it was Mrs.
Was Love My Bitches.
Okay.
Believe that. Love my bitches.
Ross drops 2 new records, and Def Jam puts TM103 back again.
Oh,
5
man.
more months.
Oh, man.
You gotta get that boy room to breathe, Ross, man.
We can't, man. We can't.
But you do have a solidified album release date now.
December 13th is the official release date for my album, God Forgives, I Don't.
That scares me. You don't forgive, ever.
You know, the game ain't fair. It's the way the game go.
You never had a situation
Well-
where somebody did something crazy and you forgave them? Come
Yeah,
on,
of
Ross.
course we have. But just overall, don't be expecting nothing out here. I think that's the best way to rock.
So that means you and 50 will never be cool then.
It's a good chance.
No. Have you seen him since all of that went down?
Never.
If you ran into him in New York, what you think would happen?
You know, I can't speak on that. You know what I mean?
It was a little uncomfortable. I was in Vegas doing a show in Vegas for MTV, and I was DJing, and Lloyd Banks was performing. And right before Banks got there, in the VIP section closest to the stage, was Rick Ross. I said, maybe Ross might not know that G-Unit's about to be here in a minute. He said, I was saying, yo, Ross, you know, G-Unit's been here, you know. He was like, I don't care.
Order more bottles.
I came here to support you. Give me some more
More
bottles.
No,
Zach.
I was at Greenhouse and Who Kid was there. He was hiding behind me when Rick Ross was there. He's like, I'm gonna stand behind you.
Just in case. Just in case.
But-
It seems after the 50 beef, like you morphed into a monster. Like, did that motivate you?
Not at all. I think people just recognize how I move. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you know, that's how we always got down.
Because that could have went either way. For some people, it could have been where, okay, this is never going to work out, but somehow it went the other way and it worked out for you.
Yeah, you know what I'm
To your
saying?
benefit.
Yeah, most definitely. It's all about getting money, and that's what the whole issue is anytime, you know what I'm saying? And for anybody else that's coming up in the game, always keep your mind on your money. You know what I'm
People
saying?
always say that you're very generous too. Like, not only do you make a lot of money, but you take care of a lot of people that are around you. Do you ever feel like it gets to be too much?
You know, not at all. You know what I'm saying? And that just was always a strong characteristic coming from where we came from. You always showed love. You know what I'm saying? You always gave back to the community. You always left that door crack for the next hustler, the next dude with a dream. And that's all I want to do.
I think one thing you did too to sustain through that situation was you just kept putting out good music.
That's what
You
it's
just
about.
stayed in your lane. Like when he was going at it with Ja got out of his lane, started making records like Clapback. He should have just kept singing. You just kept putting out good records.
Yeah, that's the business we in, you know what I'm saying? And that's the end result, having that fire that the people want to hear.
Well, not only that too. See, when we were talking behind the scenes earlier, I was saying a lot of artists, and the reason I say that is because when the
Can I
artist,
say who you said was an
you can say if you want.
He said Jeezy was
Easy was an ass. And the reason I said that is because when he was popping, he was one of those artists that you couldn't touch. Same thing with Ja Rule. Ja Rule was the same way. He was one of those artists, when he was popping, you couldn't touch him. You couldn't ask for a freestyle. You couldn't ask for a record. You couldn't ask for a song. So now when he starts going down, the same people you were ass to on your way up, now you expect them to help you, and they like, for what? That's what happened with Ja.
You sound like you want to call him a boy. Go ahead. Ross did it 4 times on someone's mind. You might as well add a fifth to it.
But to me, I think it really go back to everybody true hustling roots. And when you really understand the hustle and the grind, you know the kind of relationships it takes to really go to that next level. Just like same way in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we apply the game here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be few dudes you just connect with more instantly, but I always leave the door open for anybody that's coming with some good business, regardless of what status points you at. You know what I'm saying? If you could bring something positive to the table, I'm with it.
So you're saying that if Def Jam came to you and said, Ross, we want you to executive produce a Jeezy album, you do it?
That could have a price tag on it.
I mean,
Okay.
Nas
You know what
did
I'm saying?
sign to Jay.
Yeah, I mean that most definitely could have a price tag on it. You understand? But being realistically, that won't never happen because the price tag may be way too high.
Plus, you have a lot of your own artists that you are
Of course, you know
dealing with
that's all I'm focused on. But if they wanted to give me $5 million, I may get in the studio for 2-3 weeks and make that happen.
Is it a problem
$5
with y'all
mil.
too like that?
Wow.
Like a serious, like if y'all can't be in the same room type issue?
I mean, that could be an issue, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not really tripping because, it was something that was brought to me, you know what I'm saying? I never had a problem with, none of these dudes, you know what I'm saying? So I just address what I see and I just take it for what it is. And
Well,
I ain't tripping.
you took his energy. You ever seen Space Jams when the Monstars took the NBA players' powers? It's like you
Talking
took his
about
powers.
Space Jam.
Space
I'm just
Jam, what are
saying,
you
it's like
talking
Ross
about?
took Jeezy's powers.
Can you talk about some current?
Jeezy was the king of the trap, and Ross just took that energy. Like, come on, BMF. You can't tell me Jeezy don't sit around and say, I wish that was my record.
Now, Ross, do you still live in Miami?
Yeah, most definitely.
Is it tough out there because now everybody knows you? Probably everybody knows where you live, coming by the crib and everything.
You know how that go, but it's more love than anything. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had any issues. You know what I mean?
And plus, you got more money, so you can buy gunplay more guns. They're not just gonna roll up on your crib with gunplay sitting around.
Now, let's talk about the records you just released. Of course,
Yeah.
you got the one that Just Blaze produced.
Most definitely.
Now,
How did that
most-
even happen? What made you decide I want to work with Just Blaze?
Just always had that sound, and I always want to be at the head of the curb. And I think it's going to be a huge Just Blaze resurgence. And when you listen to the drums and the kicks, us being in the club last night, I could see a few people, going through their Rolodex for that Just Blaze
Yeah,
contact now.
he said he's working with Drake now too.
Most definitely he is. Drake came through the greenhouse last night. Yeah, we got some dope on his album.
They say he
too.
bought Just Blaze a Bentley. That's what he put on
said he
Twitter.
sent
It was a
it.
remote
He
control.
sent-
I
I
think it
think
was
he
like a
sent
remote
it.
control car or something.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, Just Blaze paper long, you know what I'm saying? His money real long. He went and copped that himself and just, told his girl I copped it for him. So.
I want to talk about some of Ross's lyrics now. John Doe record.
Right,
You said you're selling dope off your iPhone.
right,
Now you a street dude.
right.
In the street, the first thing they tell you when you making those type of transactions is don't talk on the phone.
That's the first thing they told us, but that's the last thing we did. When we was in the streets, I'm going to keep it all the way 100. We always reached out and stayed in touch, but it's just the way you talk, you know what I'm saying? We could say theory, and theory could mean a lot of different things. You got that theory?
Gotcha. Okay.
You got that theory, huh?
You got
I'm just giving you a little theory talk.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I
does
mean-
sound suspicious though.
Yeah, it
Hey,
is.
you got that theory?
Everything's suspicious.
You got guys trying to download apps for crack. Like, theory, apps for theory. I mean, apps for theory.
You can't rock like that. But you just, meaning hustling, man, just staying in touch with your people, getting your money. You know what I mean? And use your imagination, you know what I'm saying?
On another record, you said drop Palm Olive in your dope.
Yeah.
Make it come back harder than before.
Yeah, you
I
gotta,
need that
you got-
recipe. I never saw that one.
Well, you ain't really in them streets like that. Because anybody that's in them streets, that's a small percentage.
Yeah,
know
I
about
never
that.
was a
All
cooker.
right, now enough drug
I
talk
never
at
was a
7
cooker.
a.m.
Yeah,
Right?
thank you,
Charlamagne,
Charlamagne.
why are you so
We're all past
fascinated?
that.
Kids are going to school. Now let me ask you a question. Meek
Charlamagne
Mill.
getting the street talk.
He
up.
trying to go
Charlamagne
back
trying
the
to
streets
dabble in
just
some
in
other
case.
things.
We're all past that. Statute of
He
limitations
talking
on all
about
that
his
is up.
theories.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
He on
theories.
his theories
Yeah, theories.
early this morning.
Now Meek Mill,
Yeah.
artist from Philly, is probably one of the hottest artists. I ain't gonna say probably the hottest artist out right
Absolutely.
now. Now, how did you scoop Meek Mill? Because at the time you signed him, you had no deal. You had no situation. There was no label.
And everybody thought Meek Mill was
Right.
on Grand Hustle, right?
They thought he was on Grand Hustle. Diddy was trying to sign him. Def Jam was trying to sign him.
Well, really, it was just me and Meek just billing. You know what I'm saying? I came into Philly, and that's what the word was. Meek Mill, this kid, Meek Mill, this kid, Meek Mill. So I
Right.
reached out to him. We reached out to each other. We got in contact. We met up at the radio station, and I flew him down to Miami, and we just chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? And we knew we was going in the same direction. What it basically boiled down to. You know what I'm saying? He understood my vision. I understood his, and we just made it happen. You know what I'm saying? Here we are. The music speaking for itself. You know what I'm saying? He in a great position in his debut album. is gonna do huge.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, why in the video? Why didn't you lift that quad up and do a wheelie? That's what everybody want to know too. Why you ain't lift it up?
Are you serious?
And do a wheelie?
That's what everyone wants to know. Emmy.
You know, we got too much paper to be just popping willies everywhere now. You know what I'm saying? But when we was in Philly, we was out on the 4-wheelers. You know, we rode through the hood. We had a good time.
Y'all brought that Rough Riders energy back. Looked like y'all was having a lot of fun out there.
You can't do it like the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders, they went super hard.
Absolutely.
But most definitely, you know, Meek them boys don't play. You know
Are
what
there
I'm saying?
other artists that you met with that you wanted to get down with Maybach Music Group, but it didn't work out?
You know, as a whole, you know, the team pretty much came together with Wale, Pill, of course, Stally, DJ Scream, and of course Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm always looking at new artists, and there's a lot of dope artists that's out there. And you know, we may make a move or two in the future, but you know, as a whole, you know, everybody that we sat down with, you know, everything came together, man, and it just feel good. We all making dope records. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone's been mentioning French Montana.
Right.
Is that happening?
It's a possibility. Shout out to Frenchie. You know, I just flew him down to Miami. We just had a good conversation. You know, we got in the studio and we finna try to work some things out.
Every time he flies someone to Miami, they sign. I don't know what you do to them out there.
Nah.
I've been in the club with these guys. I can see why the guys would sign to the
Nah,
label after.
you know over at Maybach Music, you know, it's just all about your work ethic. You know what I'm saying? That's what we based on. It's not nothing else, because everything else gonna come. The records, the music, all that's gonna fall in place. It's just all about your work ethic.
Yeah.
If you that kind of hard worker that I could see you getting up, going at it every day, ain't no days off. You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of artists that I believe in and want to invest in.
Do you feel like you might stack the deck too much so you don't pay everybody the attention they need?
Not at all, because I feel like everybody pretty much gonna carry their own weight. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about collaborating and having ideas. You know what I'm saying? And having strategies and really just staying consistent. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what, you know, me playing the sidelines, I think that's what my swag is. You know what I'm saying? And just letting everybody stand on their own too and shine, you know, the way they're supposed to shine.
Right. Now let's talk about Creation. Now she said some remarks about you, and then you guys approached at the MTV Awards. Now where does it stand now?
Man, you know, we back to getting paper. You know, I wasn't tripping from the jump, you know, but we just did want to clarify, when you on Twitter, when you on blogs, you can say what you want to say, but you got to get that memo that you can't come to the shows now. You can't really just chill like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all it was with Shorty. We wasn't really tripping on Shorty.
But you
We
can't
just
touch
wanted-
Chris Sean, though. You got to touch
Not at all. We that's why, you know, nobody did touch her. You know what I'm saying? But we did want to say what's happening. We here.
Because in the courtroom, she going to come in the courtroom with her hair straightened, the nice dress.
And be a theory.
Yes, a little white
And
girl
be a
with big
theory.
black gangster rapper.
Yeah.
And they're going to put you under the jail.
Yeah, it's gonna be a theory.
Now, you mentioned, like, you know, social networking sites. And, you know, they always like to come at you on the social networking sites about the whole, you know, CO thing. Did that bother you?
Not at all, man, because, you know, where I come from, smart is the new gangster.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know how, you know, real hustlers get down, you don't rock with that. You don't know how that go. I can understand. You ain't got to rock with me. But we going to get money on this side, and we going to continue to win on this side.
Absolutely.
Are there people with from previous situations and beefs and everything that you had that kind of didn't mess with you that you still don't mess with from that time period?
You know, I haven't put any thought into it. You know what I'm saying? Whenever there's an issue, I just address it and keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Like as far as like radio stations that might have not had your back and kind of not.
There was
you
a
know,
lot of
supported
DJs
you,
that
a lot
didn't
of
support during that
DJs.
whole
A lot,
Yeah.
especially here in New York. When you was going through a 50, a
Yeah.
lot of DJs didn't want to rock with you.
I mean, you know,
They didn't want to do his album release party. It was that bad.
right. You know, it's certain DJs that kept it solid. It's certain DJs that was super 100, like Envy. And when you wonder why he get all the world premieres when Rose on top, that's why. It's called loyalty, you know what I'm saying? It's called just staying 100. And for the dudes that wasn't 100, you know, we don't take that personal. Do your thing, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. We ain't tripping at all.
Khaled had an ill drop. Khaled always say, when I'm over here, it's personal. When I'm over there, it's just business. I've heard him say that before.
I like that.
Listen, now I've been reading a lot of Rick Ross interviews and everything lately.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they say, oh, Rick Ross had a lovely young lady with him. And there's always rumors about you, like, oh, now he's dating this girl, and this is a girl that he's been with for a long time. But you say that you are single and you're still single.
Yeah, I love women, though.
Are chicks fighting over you?
Nah, I
Nobody's
don't
ever had a physical altercation. You never been in a club with one girl and another girl you were messing with came up.
Nah, that's unnecessary.
So what do you say? You let them know, listen, this is what it is. You and me, I'm still messing with other chicks. I'm not how do you break that down in a conversation?
That's for the females that make it into my circle, Angela. You understand?
I want to hear what this talk sounds like.
See, that's for the females that make it in my circle. You try to just let me. But see, Angela done been out. She was in Vegas. I could say that.
Yeah, I was with you in Vegas. They took good care of me.
Yeah, she balled with us in Vegas. She saw how we rock. We was on the party bus.
I had to get strip dances. I got lap dances and everything.
She looked back like, and I could just see what's running through her mind. You understand? But
Did you smash Angela Yee, though? The most important question.
Oh, not man. Angela fam. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a yellow bitch.
Yeah. That get love on that side. You saying that So yeah, we balled out that night. We might have came out the club maybe 10 that morning.
I had to leave. I was like, listen, this is too much for me.
Nah, don't front. You
Now, there was
still there.
There was a question that you wanted to
After
ask.
I was there for like 6 hours and it was time to go.
There's a question that you wanted to ask you.
Oh, about.
Yes, that's all she kept talking about.
No, because
damn.
I did interview you for Vibe magazine. We did the cover story. It was a sex issue, and you had the opportunity to ask me one question, and your question was, "Do you
that
do?"
Was the sex issue.
Yeah,
Angela.
that was a sex issue.
That was after that Ciroc
part
too, and
two.
you was just sitting there. But
You
now,
do
listen,
rap,
but you talk about
rap about a
you
lot,
talk
though,
about sex a
don't
lot.
front, Charlotte.
You've influenced me. I ain't gonna front. You've influenced me
front.
negatively. I've heard of quite a few girls. Quite a few girls didn't jump. Like, what you doing? Like well, Ross said, stick it in your. Like, you know what I mean?
Sometimes you don't want to swim in that yellow chick. You want to,
No, I love to swim in them chicks, like.
But what about in their anus?
Oh Lord, you tripping? You gotta cut that out. Yeah, just cut that out. Stop right now. Say that for your next issue in the basement. Vibe, 3 bottles or something. There's too many dudes in here. Early in the morning, man. There's Power 105.
Ross is here. The album comes out December 13th.
Man, December 13th, my new album is in stores.
It's October, and you already got a set date, and Jeezy still don't know when his album coming out.
Yeah, I got a set date. We ain't pushing that back.
Somebody from your Camp Maybach music group sent out a camp clowning Jeezy, and you didn't say anything. You didn't dispute it.
Oh, nah, I didn't.
He said he's minding his business.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't dispute it.
Oh man,
it's Ricky Rose, man. Double MG. On this side, man, it's all about music, and I think our music is reflecting, our state of mind. You know what I'm saying? We got several big records out right now. Wale album is
I
in
love
stores.
Wale's album. I went to his listening session with you guys in Atlanta.
Yeah,
it was great.
Man. His album is incredible. He has some huge hit records and some real passionate records, some real big records. I think his album is going to be one of the best of the year. Yeah. It's in stores November 1st.
Wale's a passionate guy, too.
A very, extremely passionate.
He asked me, what is it? Why do people beef with me so much? I told him he's a little sensitive.
He's very sensitive.
I think that's one of the good things about him is just that he's really concerned with the message that he puts out and the message that people receive from him, and he just wants it to come across, and he means it so much versus a lot of times me, I could smoke a blunt and I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? But just to watch an artist like him work, I learned a lot of things from him in this past year. So November 1st, y'all make sure y'all go get that album. And just watching our grind, man, and the amount of music that we put out, I think it really just shows where we at over here at Maybach Music and our focus. We not focused on beefs. We not focused on disputes. We focused on hit records. We focused on releases. We focused on, making history, homie.
Are you guys going to do like a movie or a documentary or anything?
Well, to be honest, shout out to my big homie F. Gary Gray. But, we've been talking about some things, and I think that's going to turn out real good. So look for some Double MG things coming out of Hollywood, baby.
Now, what about a tour? We doing a tour, Maybach Music Tour?
We got to do a tour, homie. Gucci Poochie, line them brown bags up. You know what I'm talking about? Tell Live Nation, man, we going to do our own thing this year. You know what I'm talking about?
When do we expect Meek? First quarter?
Yeah, you can expect Meek first quarter, top of next year. You know what I'm saying? He cooking up his album right now. He been in the studio with everybody from Lil Wayne, Trey Songz. You know what I'm saying? And it's just coming out dope. So You know, I'm a fan of the homie. I'm a fan of Wale, Stally, Pill, my whole team, Triple C's, everybody that's hustling.
I like that Wale staying in his lane too. When people got worried for a minute, they thought he was about to go the thug route. 'cause he
Nah,
was rolling
not at
with
all,
you.
not at all, not at all. You know what I'm saying? He's still passionate. He's still doing his poetry. You know what I'm saying? He's still, you know, just being so articulate, you know what I'm saying, and sending that certain message out. And that's what's dope, you know what I mean? And that's what I think gonna make MMG a special label where all different kind of acts and genres of music could be successful at.
Now, there was a rumor a couple months ago that you were out in Paris, and when you came off stage, you got robbed, and they took all your jewelry. Was there any truth to that?
Man, I was good. We had a good time in Paris. Can't wait to go back to Paris, London, or
They
wherever.
said when you go overseas, people do that a lot because they feel like people come from the States and they act like it's all good somewhere else and they just want to make a point. Like, listen, you can't come over here.
And didn't Tiny
It's all-
Timber tell us that? Tiny Timber told us
No,
Ross got robbed.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
No,
Oh, never mind.
he said that people just do
He
that
said
a
people
lot.
do that a lot out there. He never
Oh,
said,
oh,
he never said
okay,
Ross got
okay.
robbed.
You know, and every time we went out there, we done heard stories of that. But, you know, London and Paris, they always showed us love. You know what I'm saying? We always had a good time from the BMF World Tour to us going out there with Puff, us going back out to Cannes, France, and, you know, all our blogs been the best when we went over there.
And nowadays, it's nothing that wouldn't be on tape anyway. If somebody's gonna do, because you know that's
Usually that's how
Yeah,
it go.
you got digital gangsters
If it's
now.
a big artist and they plan on doing that, and
Absolutely.
they usually have their little
They take your chain
Absolutely.
and video.
yeah, that's usually
Absolutely.
that usually surface before the story do. So when it's vice versa, sometimes you just gotta question that.
And the album is finished. It's done.
Yeah.
So Maybach Music, what's this? What's it, the 4th edition? The song, Maybach Music. Who's on this one?
Oh man, we gotta wait on that.
Ah,
man.
here you go. Here you go.
Envy trying to drag
You not that
out.
down.
Here you go. And
Yeah,
I'm not.
he tried to drag
And
that
I'm not gonna
out
lie,
early.
Ross has fixed his Gmail. There's no more hacking into his Gmail.
Oh, that used to be you hacking.
We used to
out.
hack into the Gmail
Yeah,
and get
I
all
can't-
every
That was
Ross
you?
joint.
I ain't gonna front. I knew Envy had something to do with that conspiracy because every
With that
time
theory.
a record get leaked, he'll call me, hey,
This record
Hey,
leaked.
Gucci back there biting his
record-
bottom lip. You better.
this record, is it
I
all
would
right if I
call
play
first.
it?
I would call first.
But you know,
And
he's
say
mad.
what? I'm about to hack you,
And
Ross.
I'd be like, yo, Ross, you know, I got a record. He was
How'd
like-
you get it?
He'd be like, yo, Envy, I will you up, but
Nah.
I
You done
with you.
stepped them firewalls up now. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's mad. He's mad that you signed DJ Scream and not him, though. He said that.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you
Scream
did.
is the homie.
But you know, we might have to talk about that. Envy my family too.
Scream is the homie.
Yeah, because you're gonna need that. 'Cause
We-
you might
know-
sign French.
You know what I mean?
Get New York back
You know
right.
what I
These my
mean?
managers now.
You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
manager, yeah,
You
manager,
know what I mean?
Charlamagne.
You know what I mean?
It's
And
the
you
Breakfast
know,
Club on Power 105 with
Absolutely.
Ross.
Whoa.